Welcome, fellow anglers, to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I am Captain Ryan Banfleet, your host here in the Florida Keys. Each week, I bring you fishing tips, stories, gear reviews, and more to help you maximize your fishing trip, catch big fish, and overall have fun. Hey guys, it's Mini Lobster season in the Florida Keys, and I'm extremely busy with family fun fishing charters this week. Half-day charters every day this week, so I haven't really had time to put together a detailed podcast for you guys with a fishing tip. And so this week I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's going on down here with the fishing and what I'm doing right now. I'm fishing half days. I'm leaving the dock between 5:30 and 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'm getting on the big yellowtails. We're catching a lot of yellowtails, as many as you want, and we're actually just picking through what we want to keep, which is great, and then moving on to different species. Out in the deep water, I'm dialed in on the big mutton snappers, but along with the big mutton snappers right now are the sharks. They made an appearance. We're talking about big lemon sharks and big hammerheads. So where I'm finding the muttons right now, I'm finding them on numerous spots in the deep water. But with that being said, the sharks are there with them. So I've had to kind of change my plans out there a little bit, and I'll do a little bit more experimenting out there. So I call it experimenting. What I mean is I'll dabble a little bit on those areas until the sharks leave. But usually they'll be here for the next couple of weeks, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to mess with the mutton snappers or not in those areas until they're gone. So, anyways, it sucks, but it is what it is. But on the reef, I'm seeing a few sharks, not a lot. We are catching a few sharks mixed in. We're still catching the black groupers. This morning, the first day of Mini Lobster season, we went 1 for 4. I had some new clients that were just learning how to fish on the reef, and it's their first time doing the grouper thing. So we had some learning curves to go over about what to do when a grouper hits. But we did end up getting a nice one, and the current was flying like 4 miles an hour on the reef. So make sure you bring a lot of chum if you plan on reef fishing. 25 pounds isn't going to be enough out there. You're going to need at least 60 to 80 to 100 pounds of chum to make a half day out of it, because the current's moving that fast. Now, the water temperature is hot, so that chum is melting so really quick. I actually had the double bag, a 25-pound block today. That's how fast it was moving. And that, even with a double bag, it wasn't lasting very long. So, but the fish are biting on the reef. Lots of yellowtails. And we're catching a few muttons in on the reef still, not a lot, and a few mangrove snappers. But I haven't been seeing a lot. It's the end of July, and we're getting towards the end of that spawn. So, but at night is the best time to catch those big mangrove snappers. Nighttime mangrove snappers. The dark moons are the best times to catch those fish. The depths. 55 foot of water seems to be the magic spot for those big mangrove snappers at night. I don't fish at night, never have. Don't like it, never will. So I'll fish super early in the morning or in the evening, but I won't go nighttime mangrove snapper fishing. I like to be in bed. So as far as the dolphin fishing goes, guys, it sucked this week. It was, from what I've seen, it's horrible. So I would hold off on journeys out there. If you are going to make the journey, I would go all in and get out to 1,200 feet of water, out to 2,000. That's where those guys are going to find those big fish out of Bud Mary's, Whale Harbor, and those areas. They're filling the tanks full of gas. They're running out to the 409 hump, catching a few tunas, and then they're heading out, guys. So if you want to get out there, you need to be one of the first ones out there. Get out there when the sun's coming up, find that rip, and then look for the debris, because that's where those big dolphins are going to be at. If you do find a frigate bird, get on him. Now, the trick is with finding a large dolphin is you need to find packs of 3 to 4 birds, small packs. That's where those big dolphin are going to be at. And you need to go deep. And honestly, that's where you need to be at in this month. Between now and the end of August, that's where you're going to find the big slammers. And the closer you get to the new moon, we'll hopefully see another big push of some larger dolphin. And if we have a disturbance down in the Gulf, now we did have a little disturbance that moved through that might bring some debris through, might push some larger dolphin into the Keys here over the next few days. Something to be aware of. We've got a south breeze, so we may see a new push of fish. So if you're like planning on fishing the Upper Keys, I would watch and see what those guys down in Marathon are doing in Key West, because that'll tell you, what's going to be happening as far as a push goes. So, but if you're Instagram fishing and trying to time the thing, just look and see what those guys down in Marathon are doing and what those guys down in Key West are doing, and then kind of time out, when to be down here to get in on a push. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Next week, I've got a really good podcast planned. Trying to think of what else. Yeah, that's all I got. So I got to go get ready for tomorrow. Again, thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. And as always, please let me know if you have any questions. You can email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com. And please also share this podcast with a fellow angler and check out my website, goodkarmasportfishing.com. You can also find me on Instagram at goodkarmasportfishing_FL Keys, or on Facebook at Good Karma Fishing Charters. And remember to sign up for my monthly newsletter. I aim to provide you with fishing tips and information so you can make the best out of your time fishing. Thanks for listening, and remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.